A woman signs the divorce papers heartbrokenly after her husband and then decisively accepts a proposal from her white moonlight. Just as the white moonlight is about to kiss her, her phone suddenly receives a video. When she sees what's in it, she realizes her white moonlight was already married and had been scheming to take her property all along. Before she can react, another call hits her like lightning. Is this Ms. Zhou Xiaowan? Yes. After hearing this news, the woman falls into an endless abyss. It's because she thought the person who donated her kidney was the white moonlight. In reality, she was a complete fool being played by the white moonlight. Even when her daughter once told her that it was her father who donated the kidney, she didn't believe her and thought her husband had made a wound on purpose to trick her with their daughter. Now the cruel truth is right in front of her, and the woman is full of regret. She quickly calls her husband, but only hears a cold message. With the last bit of hope, she runs frantically back home. But when she arrives out of breath, she finds the house empty and even her daughter's backpack is gone. She finally realizes it's her own ignorance that has hurt her husband's heart deeply. Now she has lost both her husband and daughter. She finally understands how wrong she was. It turns out the man was the sole heir of the provincial city Ming family group. His parents strongly opposed their relationship, so he cut off all contact with his family for her and came to this small third-tier city alone to help her build her business. Later, when the woman got kidney cancer, the man secretly donated a kidney to save her life. To prevent her from feeling guilty, he specifically asked the doctor to keep the donor's identity a secret. He never expected this kind-hearted secrecy would allow the white moonlight to take advantage. Under the white moonlight's flattery, the woman immediately believed that the white moonlight had donated the kidney without thinking for a second that it was actually her husband. The white moonlight had already been married, and she had returned to China to take advantage of the woman's wealth due to her debts. The man recorded this moment and intended to find the right time to reveal the white moonlight's true face to his wife. However, when the man returned to work with his injuries, he saw his wife being affectionate with the white moonlight and even kindly wrapping up for her. Seeing this, he could no longer bear it and angrily left the class group. Unexpectedly, when the woman saw him leave the group, she called him confidently. As soon as the man answered, he heard his wife's angry voice and hung up the phone. The woman became very upset. At this moment, she no longer wanted to stay with the white moonlight and hurried back to the company. As soon as she walked in, she saw the man accidentally breaking the family photo frame. At this moment, the woman's anger exploded and she scolded the man without hesitation, not noticing that the man was in severe pain. He even angrily threw the food he brought back onto the ground. Just then, the white moonlight's phone rang. Hearing that the white moonlight was sick, the woman became extremely anxious and wanted to rush to the white moonlight's house to take care of her. Even when her daughter cried to stay with her, she didn't budge. She even took the time to dress up nicely before leaving. At this moment, the man's heart completely died. When the woman arrived at the white moonlight's house in a hurry, she found that the white moonlight wasn't sick at all, just said she missed him and called the woman over to drink with her. But instead of blaming the white moonlight for lying, the woman forgot all about her promises to her husband and daughter. After waiting all night without results, the man came to his wife's birthday the next day with a divorce paper. Download the Daily Short app to watch full episodes for free.